Game 1 and Game 2 of yesterday's doubleheader. Let's take a look at the lineups. For St. Mary's, the batting order is as follows. Edward House will bat first. He plays second base. Joe Vranish will play left field. He will bat second. Ryan Novus will be in center field. He'll bat third. In the cleanup spot, it is Kevin Milam. Kevin Milam batting fourth. Playing first base, it is Austin Chavin. Jack Murphy will be in right field. He'll bat sixth. Behind home plate, it'll be Santini getting his second start of the series. He will bat seventh. At shortstop, batting eighth, it is Connor Thane, and batting ninth, Gio Diaz is at third base. For the Wolverines, around the diamond, Sims getting the start behind home plate. Polson at first. Hall at second base, Trevor Howell at shortstop, and Paul Estrada at third. Jake Plagas will get his second start of the series in left field. He had a home run in Game 2 last night. Michael Beltran is in center field, and Alexander Marco is in right. So we are just about ready to get underway here. Walker Ramsey is the right-hander on the mound for the Wolverines. He comes in with an 0-2 win-loss record. This is the fourth game he has started. He has thrown 14 1/3 innings, given up 16 runs, walked 8, struck out 8. Opponents are hitting .364 against the right-hander. He does have a 10.05 earned run average, and he will look to lower that as he gets some innings under his belt this afternoon. Hey, and it's my pleasure to welcome in to the booth for the first time in 2019, Josh Kolunke.
Well, thank you, young man. Handsome young man, nonetheless. Wolverines today really want to get off the schneid here. They've had their struggles. They've hit the ball okay, just have not been able to score runs, have not been able to get those hits in situations where they need to drive in runners. Be a nooch.
Yeah, some costly mistakes in the defensively for the Wolverines.
Yeah, and it's a team that hasn't spent a lot of time playing together as a unit, and so and some young guys in key positions. So I mean, you have Polson over there at first base, who's never really played that position. He's still learning. You do have a solid senior left side and second baseman that, while he's a senior, he has not spent a lot of time at the Division I level starting. And so, you know, all the way around, the Wolverines really could gain some major confidence with a win here today.
They're trying to get a win this week. They won last week, Game 4 on Sunday afternoon at UC Davis. They have been on a 3-game skid since. So we are ready to go. Edward House steps in on the mound. Walker Ramsey winds and fires. First pitch fastball. Misses inside. 12:02 first pitch. The game time temperature is 39 degrees.
That's why I ran in here to sit with you and your heater.
Man. 1-0 pitch is swung on and popped up foul territory. Sims giving chase. Tosses the mask aside. Now near the wall. He makes the grab. Did he make the grab? He did. He held on.
Yeah, that's an outstanding play. He really had to keep his eye. It looked like that ball was going to go out of play, and then it kind of just curled back to where it just got over that netting, and he made a nice play to stay with it.
Well, Utah Valley could use a clean first inning. They have given up 1 run in each of the first 2 games in the first inning. So 1 away for Vranish, who's swinging the bat very well.
Well, and, you know, you talked about that win over UC Davis last week, and that was a come-from-behind win by the Wolverines. They did a nice job of battling, and so I'd like to see them battle here today as both teams are using, their number 3 starter, and this could be one of those games where you have to scratch and claw and grind things out.
Vranish swings and fouls a fastball back to the screen. Vranish in the series is 3 for 7 with 4 runs scored. The pitch to him, fastball misses up and in, and it's 1-1.
And Vranish is a big part of this order that just really swings the crap out of the bat. These guys really swing it unbelievably well.
Vranish has a homer in this series as well. The 1-1 pitch misses down and away. The home plate umpire this afternoon is Travis Roberts. Jared Ferens is at first place, and Jeff Clough is at third.
Oh, Jared Farron's the world's tallest umpire.
Yeah. 2-1 pitch. Fastball misses up and in. Jared Farron has to be 6'6", 6'7".
I think he's closer to 6'8" or 9.
Man.
and he weighs about $112, so that makes him look 7 feet tall. But he's actually an outstanding umpire. All three of these gentlemen here today are outstanding umpires.
3-1 the count to Vranish. No score just underway here in Orem. Ramsey fires and a ball misses outside, slider missed, and there's a 1-out walk to Vranish.
Well, that's the last thing you want to do there. You really want to challenge the hitters here in early, and especially giving those free passes to a team like this when you now you get to face Novice. Yeah, I wanted to call him Novice. He's not a novice.
No.
He's a novice. And you can tell from his numbers here this weekend, he's really pounding the baseball.
Yeah, 6 for 11 in this series.
With 2 home runs.
One of them being a grand slam yesterday. First pitch is swung on, line drive, base hit into right field. Marco is up with it, advancing to second and staying put there is Vranish as Marco fires into the cutoff man, and St. Mary's again threatening.
Well, Novus makes that look easy. That ball was on the outer half of the plate. He just shot that thing into right field. I mean, you can really tell that young man is seeing a ball well, and he's got a great feel for pitches and where they are, and just doing an incredible job swinging the bat this weekend. Hopefully for him, that carries over into WCC play and into the whole season.
So that brings up Kevin Milam. He's swinging a hot bat as well. 4 for 9 in this series with 2 RBIs. So Ramsey into his stretch. The pitch, Milam takes a ball in the dirt. Sims smothers it. Counts 1-0.
What I love about Milam is he's got the full-on sweatshirt on underneath, so he can go to the hood when needed.
Yeah, he's prepared.
Yeah, seriously, man, it is not warm out there, folks.
No, overcast, and it is cold. 39 degrees. The 1-0 pitch coming from Ramsey. And a ball misses outside, 2-0.
Jordan, you can take some solace in the fact that my weather app says it feels like 44. Though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, that's springtime.
There you go. And it looks like 32. It's so overcast. And
man. But it should stay dry at least. For
we hope, yes.
Yeah. The 2-0, Milam swings and fouls this one back. Niagara, who UVU will see tomorrow and Tuesday night, they got snowed out at Utah yesterday, and so they're playing a doubleheader today. And then we looked at the schedule before the game, and they're scheduled to play a game at noon tomorrow. And so all we can assume is that they're going to play that ball game and then come down here.
Doubleheader.
Yeah.
Or maybe they'll go split squad. And it is spring.
Hey,
go spring
why
training
not?
style.
Yeah, exactly.
Go split squad. Send half your guys down here and keep half up there.
The 2-1 pitch. Milam takes one on the shoulder, and the bases are loaded.
Well, unfortunately for the Wolverines, this is just not the kind of start they were looking for today, obviously. I guess I'm beating a drum that everyone can hear. The Wolverines loading it up here on a walk and a very nice base hit, and then the hit by pitch. And you just can't come out and start a ball game like this, especially, as you just said, with ball games coming up on Monday and Tuesday. You really don't want to get into your bullpen early today, and you've got to save your pitching.
So Ramsey will try and work out of the bases loaded jam. Just 1 out, no score, top of the first inning. Chavin will be the hitter, hitting .333 on the season.
Yeah, so here's another guy that you just simply can't have up with the bases loaded.
First pitch is swung on and popped foul off and out of play to the right.
Looked like a fastball just up and out, and Chavin was just a little bit early on it.
Yeah, now Ramsey, he has to challenge Chavin, nowhere to put him. The corners come in for the Wolverines. Middle infield is at double play depth.
And Chavin's really swung the bat as well this weekend, 4 out of 8 this weekend, including a home run.
The 1-strike pitch from Ramsey. And it misses up high off speed, and it's 1-1.
Well, and the Ramseys continued to struggle here in this first inning, getting that off-speed pitch to really be anywhere near the plate. And when you do that, it really lets the hitter sit dead red fastball and look for it in a spot that he wants.
1 ball and 1 strike to count. Righty on righty. Chavin with an even stance, bent at the knees. The 1-1 offering is swung on and hit into right field. Going back is Marco. He reaches up and he can't get it. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. 1 run comes into score. 2 runs come into score. This will clear the bases. Heading for third and standing up as the throw comes into home is Chavin, and it is 3-0 St. Mary's.
Well, that was very well done, and it was great effort out there by right fielder Alexander Marco. He covered a lot of ground to get where he was, attempted that sliding slash diving catch out there, and it just over his outstretched arm, and unfortunately for the Wolverines, bases clearing triple.
Yeah, so a crooked number put up by St. Mary's. Here's Jack Murphy. The infield will come in with a man at third and just 1 out.
Old Jack Murphy. Spent a lot of time at his stadium back as a youth.
The pitch to him. Fastball misses outside. Yeah, I think his family made the right decision naming him Jack and not Qualcomm. For
yeah, Qualcomm Murphy.
Yeah,
yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, my aunt lived right next to the stadium there. We used to just walk across the street. It was pretty cool.
The 1-0 pitch. Murphy swings and fouls a fastball back to the screen. It's 1-1.
You know that. You do games with me. There's always a story behind everything for me because I'm old. The older you get, the more stories you have. 1
ball, 1 strike to count. Santini is on deck. 3-0 Gales. The pitch, a swing and a fly ball down the right field line. Hooking, it is fair, and it's going to one-hop the wall. Coming in to score is Chavin. Grounding first. Murphy slips. Now the throw comes into third, or throw behind him into first, and it's in the dirt, so he's in there with a RBI single. It's 4-0.
Well, poor Jack Murphy, he thought, okay, it's off the wall. He's playing it well. I'm going to stop. And then he saw a little bobble and said, I'm going to go for 2. And somewhere in there, the feet didn't, the feet and the mind didn't work out, and he went down on that. It's a little slick out. Or, well, I wouldn't say slick, but it's a little muddy. And he probably got a cleat caught, and down he went, and his teammates are razzing him pretty good right now about the face-first dive in the middle of first and second base. But a great job of hitting there. I thought that ball had a chance to get out of the ballpark just about 2 more feet. He hit that about 310 feet down the line, and it's 312 in that corner. And just a good job of hitting by him. Took that inside fastball and just drilled it down the line.
So Eric Matson will come out and give Ramsey a breath. He's struggling right now. 4-0 Gales in the top of the first. And this is a big moment in this game. The St. Mary's looking to open it up early.
Yeah, and unfortunately the Wolverines have not, to this point this season, shown a lot of ability to score runs in bunches. And when you instantly come out and get down 4-0, 1 out still with a runner on against an outstanding hitting ball team. Yeah, it doesn't bode well for the afternoon.
So Ramsey trying to get out of this one. He has thrown 18 pitches in the inning, not that many, but this will be the 7th man he's faced. Santini, a right-handed hitter. The pitch to him, and he swings and misses at a low fastball. It's 0-1.
Well, whatever Coach Madsen said there worked, because that was probably the best pitch he's thrown all day. It was a borderline strike down in the zone, and good pitch.
Yeah, had some nice movement, tailing away from the hitter.
Tailing away and down, and it's a beautiful pitch.
The 0-1, fastball misses inside, and it's 1-1 to Santini. He is hitting 148 on the year in just 27 at-bats. Santini in the series is 0 for 2. Murphy with a short lead at first, held on by Polson. Walker Ramsey delivers. The 1-1 is swung on and grounded foul on the third base side.
Well, and when you get in a situation like this where you've been in a little bit of trouble so far, this is a good hitter for you to face. Not that Santini is not an outstanding hitter, but you look at his numbers. He's a backup catcher, primarily a defensive catcher, and what he does is he does a lot of, he's outstanding behind the plate, and that's, what his calling is to be the great defensive catcher.
And if you're Ramsey, you want to go after him because Thane, who is on deck, is hitting 302. Here's a ball in the dirt, smothered again by Sims, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, and of course Santini, you look at his numbers, and he doesn't have a large a large number of at-bats, so there's not a huge equation there. So I guess I should probably not say he's a good guy to face.
Well, he's the best guy you can face right now just because this team is swinging the bat so well. And he takes a strike 3 called at the knees, an off-speed pitch from Ramsey, and a big strikeout, 2 away.
Well, in J.C. Santini's defense right there, Ramsey has not been able to throw an off-speed pitch for a strike all day, and so he threw that. Credit the pitcher and say, hey, you threw one across the plate, you got me, because I was not looking for that in that situation due to the fact that, and now the rest of the team's going to have to change their approach a little bit because Ramsey seems to have found his off-speed pitch.
Connor Thane steps in, a man on, 2 out. The pitch, he swings and misses at an off-speed pitch in the dirt, and he was absolutely looking fastball all the way.
And he was fooled completely, and a good job by Ramsey there. Also a good job by Sims behind the plate, who, one of the real bright spots for the Wolverines is his defensive play so far this year, and throwing out runners and everything else. He's played outstanding behind the plate.
4-0 St. Mary's. A man on, 2 outs in the top of the first. Ramsey set at the belt. He throws another, that looked like a slider down and away that Thane chased, and it's quickly 0-2.
Well, Thane again was looking fastball all the way, and it was kind of an excuse-me swing there. And once he realized it was a slider, he just kind of went, ooh, I'm not going to touch that pitch. And so good job of deceit there by Ramsey.
0-2 the count. Ramsey throws, and he swings and misses at a fastball, and the inning is over. So Ramsey does a nice job coming back and settling in. However, the Gales get 4 runs on 3 hits, a man left. On to the last of the first inning. It's the Gales 4, the Wolverines coming up. 4-0 St. Mary's as we begin the last of the first inning. Take a look at the Utah Valley batting order. It'll be Trevor Howell, then Michael Beltran. Paul Estrada will bat 3rd. Drew Sims in the cleanup spot. Alexander Marco 5th. Cody Hall 6th. Ty Vargas 7th. First pitch to Howell misses down and away. Cade Polson batting 8th, and Jake Plakus batting 9th. Tyler Thornton is the right-hander on the mound for St. Mary's. He's been very good this season. A 2.19 earned run average. He is 2-0 win-loss. Thrown 12 1/3, given up 3 runs, 6 walks, 19 strikeouts, and opponents are hitting 140 off the righty as Howell takes a strike.
That's great news when you're down 4-0.
Oh, man.
Early. You're not supposed to read those numbers, man.
Jeez.
That guy's got amazing numbers, and he's got great hairdo.
The 1-1 swung on and fouled back, and he's got the stirrups, the white sanitaries. That's a good look.
It is. The mop coming out the back is amazing because as a bald man, I'm just gloriously jealous. Takes me back to my days of youth.
1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch to Howell. And an off-speed pitch. It looked like a changeup missed up high, and it's 2-2. Howell trying to get the bat going, hitting just 182 on the season.
It's one of the big surprises for me this year is the early struggles so far of Howell, because I know how hard he works to be the best player he can be.
2-2 fastball, misses down low, and it's 3-2. This is the probably second or third at bat in the last couple of games that Howell has gone full.
Right, and that's a good job as a leadoff man. You know, your job is to get on base and make him throw some pitches, let the guys behind you see what this guy's throwing today, and he does a good job with that.
The 3-2 pitch. Thornton throws, and this one's swung on and fouled back. A 90-mile-an-hour fastball low in the zone.
Well, Thornton's kind of sneaky with that 90-mile-an-hour fastball. He's just kind of has a slow delivery, just kind of very deliberate, and the thing sneaks up on you.
Yeah, for Howell, it's all about that on-base percentage, too. Right now, just at 237.
Right, and that's been a struggle, and it's just something that I can't explain.
The 3-2 is swung on and hit high to left field in the ballpark. Vranish back, settles under it, makes the grab, and there's one away.
Well, he got that in off the hands just a little bit. You could hear it was not squared up. It got it in off the hands and just popped it up. Good pitch, though, by Thornton. He came in hard on the hands, and just something that if he lets it go, it's strike three. If he doesn't, it's just a great pitch.
So Michael Beltran will come up with the bases empty and one out.
And Beltran's really been having a nice year so far.
Batting, and I'm missing the number here, 375 as a ball misses.
That's a big number in that 2-hole, doing a great job.
1-0. Tyler Thornton delivers, and that one is swung on and popped foul off to the right. It's going to get out of play. The count's even at 1-1. Yeah, Beltran, a right-handed hitter, swinging the bat well.
Well, you know, one of the things that I noticed that is really telling about the Wolverines struggling with hitting with runners in scoring position or even on base is that Michael Beltran has a .492 on-base percentage this year, and he's only scored 7 runs.
The 1-1. In there on the outside corner, and it's 1-2.
You know, that's pretty indicative of a team that struggles with runners in scoring position or runners on base.
Trailing 4-0 in the first inning, the Wolverines would love to just get 1 or 2 on the board.
Right, chip away at this thing.
The 1-2 from Thornton. Beltran takes a fastball high and away, and it's 2-2.
Well, he just really sneaks it up there. A 91 on that pitch, and it looks effortless.
Yeah, real smooth, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
Delivery. Peering in over the glove. 2-2. Here it comes. And a breaking ball misses outside, and the count runs full. So the Wolverines making Thornton throw some pitches here in the last of the first.
Which is a good thing. I mean, right now you want to get him throwing some pitches so that you can try to get into that bullpen where maybe you have a chance to, you know, crack some more runs. And so far, having him have thrown, 12 pitches so far?
3-2 pitch comes in, and it almost hit Beltran. It's ball 4. It may have
I'm not
caught
sure
him.
if it hit him or not, but it was one of those. Well, it's ball 4 anyway. So so get down there.
So the Wolverines have a base runner, and here is Paul Estrada.
When I hear his walk-up song, I honestly want like street tacos. You know, makes me think street tacos. Estrada's song, you know. Yeah, I guess it officially is a hit by pitch on Beltran, but man, I'm hungry for street tacos now. You hear that music, man? I love that. I love that.
The pitch to Estrada misses outside, ball 1.
That Hispanic culture, man. I'll tell you what, they folks know how to eat. They can feed this dude all day.
Yeah, you frequent the taco trucks?
Oh, indeed. Yeah, my buddy Fern owns Jurassic Tacos. You ever see them around?
Yeah.
Oh, Fernando, he's
a swing and a foul, 1-1.
And I love Fernando. He says my money's no good there, so I'm always trying to find where he is. Yeah.
They have a good taco truck that shows up here on campus.
Yeah, that's him.
Is that him?
Yeah, big red truck. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Fern. Yeah, just say, hey, Fern, I know Josh, and get you some tacos, man.
Yeah, we all know Fern.
Well, Fern's a good dude, man. We used to do like CrossFit with him.
1-1 to Estrada. He takes a ball up high, thought about it, but checked his swing, and it's 2-1. Beltran is at first. He was hit by a pitch. 1 out, 4-0, St. Mary's, bottom of the first inning.
And also for me, it takes me back. My father was raised in L.A., so we spent a lot of time, down on Olivera Street and hanging out. It was great. I loved it down there.
The 2-1 from Thornton.
I guess I still do, but yeah, outside.
Yeah, 3-1.
Back to the game.
Beltran at first. He is a fast runner.
Well, and you got these two. One thing about Estrada is he really does a nice job with his at-bats. Has quality at-bats and really has a good approach when hitting. That's why he hits in that 3-hole.
3-1. He'll look for something to drive here. Thornton from the stretch. He swings, and Estrada lifts one into right field. Moving to his right is Murphy. He's under it, and he makes the grab. 2 away. Staying put at first is Beltran.
Well, so far the difference with the Wolverines, he hit that ball well, but he got a little bit too far underneath instead of really being able to get on top and drive that ball. It's a very similar spot to where the ball was hit by, I guess it was Chauvin that hit the triple, and he very similar, but just missed it probably by just a micro inch, and that is the difference between a triple and a flyout. This game is cruel.
Here is Drew Sims. He's been swinging the bat well this series. He's hit the ball hard, but right at guys. He takes a curveball for strike 1. The third baseman, Gio Diaz, robbed Sims twice yesterday.
Well, and Sims is a guy who, last year as a freshman, he had a tough time making that transition a little bit as far as offensively, and he really worked hard, and he's really changed his body a little bit, and it looks, a big, strong kid now.
He takes a fastball on the outside corner, and it's 0-2.
And so that's what's earned him this. He has had some really good at bats, and he's hit the ball hard. But sometimes you have to hit it at him before it seems like the ball starts to fall in holes for you. And once that happens, he's going to go on to have a really nice career here, I believe.
The 0-2 pitch coming. Thornton delivers a swing and a foul. Nice job by Sims just to get something on that fastball to stay alive, and it's 0-2.
It's funny, I'm partial to the guys 6'4" and up. You really,
yep.
As I am one of them. I like the big dudes, man.
Sims with an open stance from the right side. Beltran with a short lead at first. Thornton has what he wants. The 0-2, a swing and a miss. Maybe a foul tip into the glove of Santini. Either way, Sims is down on strikes, and the Wolverines are retired in the last of the first. No hits, no runs, 1 left. We head to the second. It's 4-0, St. Mary's. St. Mary's 4, Utah Valley nothing. As we begin the second inning, it'll be Gio Diaz, then Edward House and Joe Vranish, 9-1-2 for the Gales. Walker Ramsey back out on the mound for the Wolverines. He winds and fires. First pitch breaking ball misses down low to Diaz, ball 1. Diaz on the year hitting .245, Couple doubles, no home runs.
This is a kid that just has an amazing glove. That's kind of his calling, is to be that guy with that amazing glove.
There's a dribbler on the right side. Barehanding it is Ramsey off the mound. He underhands to Polson, and there's one away.
Good job, good pitch there. Got it off the end of the bat and then field his position. That's why you do those PFPs.
Yeah, Ramsey's retired 3 in a row now after giving up 4 runs in the top of the first, trying to settle back in. Here is Edward House, who led off the game. He popped up in foul territory.
I got to ask, do you remember Eddie House? The guy that used to score all the points. He played college basketball at Arizona State and then spent a long time in the league.
I remember the name.
Eddie House, man. And every time you said the strike one is delivered there from Ramsey, nice fastball. A little high, but a good pitch. The Eddie House, every time when I was listening to you on the radio yesterday on the way into to do the basketball game, I heard Edward House, and I'm like, Eddie, is that you?
It's coming back. The one strike pitch. Breaking ball misses way up high, and it's 1-1. Well, you did the men's basketball game last night, and you're headed down to Las Vegas for the WAC tournament.
For the WAC tournament, men's and women's. It's a lot of fun. It's something that if you haven't been to a league tournament, whether it be baseball or basketball, you really got to get down to one because it's so much fun. You see all these student athletes there, all their teams, and it's the culmination of a lot of hard work by a lot of young people.
The 1-1's fouled back, and it's 1-2. And the Wolverines, they have a real good shot this year to win it. A 2 seed.
23-8, tied for the most wins in school history, tying the team from last year when they were supposed to be in rebuilding mode this year, and they've really gelled as a team. They've been a lot of fun to watch. 1
ball, 2 strikes the count to House. Ramsey from the windup, he throws. A fastball is swung on and fouled off to the right, and the count remains at 1-2. Well, the Wolverines, basketball-wise, they have to win 2 to get to the championship game.
Right.
And you assume they'll be playing New Mexico State.
You got to make that assumption, but New Mexico State doesn't have an easy road, nor do the Wolverines. And so it'll be fun.
The 1-2. Ooh, fastball up high and tight.
Well, as Wolverine baseball knows, you can come in as the 3 seed, as they did in 2016, come in as a 3 seed in a baseball tournament or a basketball tournament, get hot, have some good games from some guys, get some contributions from maybe a pitcher or a hitter that has, some good days, a good weekend, and next thing you know, you're in the NCAA tournament.
The 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball misses just off the inside, and the count is full.
But the nice part about those tournaments is every team feels that way. If we have a few guys get hot and they do a few things, we can get there.
Well, you look at last night, the West Coast Conference, St. Mary's Conference, they're down there playing basketball. They're waiting, or not waiting anymore, but they're the 2 seed. Yeah. Last night, 2 surprising upsets in that tournament. 3-2 is swung on and driven to left. Moving to his left is Plakas. He's under it, and they're 2 down.
That was similar to the ball that Howell hit in the first inning, just right in off the hands. Good fastball, got it in on Edward House, and just couldn't get the barrel to it. But yeah, you're like you were saying, upsets in the tournament. Poor our friends to the east. They really struggled last night. That's not even worth talking about.
No, it was a beatdown. So San Diego will take on St. Mary's in basketball in the semifinals. That ball slipped out of the hand of Ramsey. It goes behind Vranish.
To quote the great Bob Uecker, but not quote him, that's a bit inside.
Just a bit.
Just a bit inside.
Vranish reached on a walk and scored a run in the first inning. Fastball misses up high, and it's 2-0 to him. 2 outs, bases empty, 4-0 Gales.
Well, Ramsey, hopefully he can get, that doesn't have an indication that he's struggling with that off speed again.
The pitch to Vranish comes inside. It almost hit him. A curveball missed, and it's 3-0. And this is where the Wolverines struggled yesterday. You could retire the first 2 guys, but then you'd allow a lead out or a 2-out walk or a single, and from there the rally would get going.
Yep, and then you make a miscue in the field or something, or a mental error, and next thing you know, you're putting up a crooked number, and those are hard to recover from because as a ball club, you're looking at it, you're saying, hey, 2 outs, here we go, we're ready to go in and hit, let's go. And then all of a sudden, the wheels just kind of flop right off. And it's college baseball. Haven't been around it now for the last 10 years. I try to explain to people it's actually a game of momentum. It's an emotional game. it's much different than professional baseball.
3-0 pitch missed up high, so Vranish is at first with 2 outs, and here is Novus. Back into the stretch goes Ramsey. This curveball is swung on and hit slowly to short. To his right, Howell has it, but he throws down the line. Polson comes off the bag to make the catch, and at first is Novus. At second is Vranish with 2 outs. We'll see what they rule that. Should be a hit,
Yeah,
I would think.
It's got to be a base hit. The problem with that ball, for if you're the shortstop, Howell, is that it came off the bat. I mean, it was almost deceptively soft. It looked almost like a line drive off the bat, and then it just kind of was deceptively soft over there to his right, and he has to run over there, cover a bunch of ground, and then make that off-balance throw. And if you don't have an absolute cannon for an arm, then you're not going to make that play.
Milam hits a ground ball to third. Estrada backhands it. He steps on the third base bag, and the inning's over. So a nice job by Ramsey to work around the walk and the infield single. On to the last of the second. It's the Gales 4, the Wolverines nothing. Last of the second inning, Utah Valley looking to get on the board. Marco, Hall, and Vargas due up. Thornton delivers. That one swung on and driven down the left field line, hooking foul and off the wall. And it's a long strike on Alexander Marco.
Well, Alexander Marco has been a real bright spot for the Wolverines, a junior college transfer that came in here, fit right into that 5 spot, real good spot for him to be hitting out of. As an RBI guy, but he's hitting .333, and he's done a really nice job.
A right-handed hitter bent at the knees. The pitch from Thornton is swung on and popped up, foul territory and out of play behind the first base dugout. And it's 0-2.
And if his parents or family are listening, which I hope they are, unless they're here at the ballpark, I am sorry, but sometimes I want to call him Marco Alexander.
Oh, I do too. Absolutely.
You know, the 2 first names do.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, his kid, he's really shown me something. I like his physique. You know, it looks like he's worked hard on that lower half, and he's a big, strong kid.
Tyler Thornton, the right-hander, deals. Ball in the dirt, and it's 1-2. Yeah, Marco up there. Hall is on deck. Vargas, those are 3 guys we have not seen a whole lot of.
Yeah, and Vargas, obviously after yesterday's performance, earned himself a trip to the DH spot today.
Yeah, he pinch hit late in the game yesterday, came up with 2 hits. The 1-2, swing and a miss, a high fastball. Marco couldn't catch up to it. That's the second strikeout for Thornton, and there's 1 away in the Wolverine second.
Well, Thornton did a nice job there. He changed the eye levels. He came low, he came high, and that's a hard pitch to lay off when you have 2 strikes. And pitch a little bit out of the strike zone up, and when you get that situation, it's just hard to lay off it.
So here is Hall. Base is empty, 1 gone.
Well, Hall's a guy who started out with a little bit struggling as he fouls that first pitch off. He started out with a little bit of struggle, and he's really picked it up. I mean, he's hitting .302 now on the season, and he's really picked it up, been a real bright spot.
Hall is 2 for 5 in this series.
And he just kind of seems to get it done, Jordan.
The 1 strike pitch misses outside. He does.
Yeah, just kind of a scrapper, not a guy that you know want to go watch a whole bunch of highlight films because he just gets it done, you know.
The 1-1 coming from Thornton, working quickly. Here it is. A swing and a ground ball, softly hit to first base. Chavin has it. He underhands to the pitcher covering, and they're 2 away.
Well, even in a situation like that, Hall's the kind of guy that might just accidentally beat that out because he's hustling down the line all the way. He just only knows one way to play the game, and that is as hard as he can play it. And, you know, he comes from that baseball program at American Fork that really does such a nice job preparing players to come for the next level. A lot of junior college players, Division I players coming out of that school over a long period of time, the last 10 years.
So here is Vargas. He swings and misses at the first pitch. A big time cut.
Yeah. And he talk about a salad. Look at that salad mix coming out of that, and that's out of a helmet, man. It's impressive.
Vargas has had just 4 at-bats on the year. He's 2 for 4. Both those hits came last night. Fastball catches the outside corner, and it's quickly 0-2 to him.
That's a nice pitch there by Thornton coming back after the big swing on the first pitch. Let's see what Vargas can do here.
0-2. Thornton delivers, and a fastball just catches the outside corner at 91 miles an hour, strike 3. The Wolverines go down in order in the second inning. We head to the third. It's 4-0, St. Mary's.
In the bottom of the second for the Wolverines, no runs, no hits, no errors, none left on base. After 2 complete, St. Mary's 4, Wolverines 0.
St. Mary's 4, Utah Valley nothing. As we head to the third inning, it will be Chavin, Murphy, and Santini due up for the Gales.
You know, one thing I've noted about this St. Mary's team is that every one of these kids, young men, I guess, looks like they've spent some time in a weight room. They're big, strong guys.
And they show it at the plate. Ramsey throws. It's a line drive, but right at Howell, and there's one away.
Yeah, and it's kind of one of those balls that we were talking about. Sims, the catcher for Utah Valley, having tough luck. You know, sometimes in baseball, it's better to be lucky than good.
Yeah, he scorched that one. But just an out after Chavin tripled in 3 runs in the first inning. He is retired, and here is Jack Murphy. He singled in a run back in the first inning as a ball misses down and away. And it's kind of misleading. It should have been extra bases, but he tripped rounding first.
Yeah, hey, old Smurf. He came around, he came around and took but he was safe.
Yep.
That was the beauty of it.
Fastball misses up high, and it's 2-0 to him.
I guarantee he gets razzed about that all year. Remember the time when you rounded first, man? You know,
and
he's
ate
like,
it.
Shut up, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good times, though, man. Those make for good times.
The 2-0 to Murphy. A swing and a sharply hit ground ball foul on the first base side, and it's 2-1. Murphy came into the ball game batting .300. He was 3 for 10, I should say, on the year.
He's continued to swing the bat well. I mean, in a lineup like this, it's got to be hard to crack. You know, if you're a guy on the fringe or on the bench.
2-1 jams Murphy. A little squib out in front of home plate. Sims pounces on it and throws down to first, and they're 2 away.
Well, and that's just a nice play. Just fundamentals right there by Sims. He came, pounced on that ball, took his time, and he has a gun.
Sims is so good defensively, and I know we talked earlier about it, but they love this guy.
And he just gunned that thing down to Polson, who for a first-time first baseman did a good job of getting to the inside and making that play, because that's one of those plays, you look at it like the high school level. It goes in the guy's back. You throw it off the guy's helmet, you throw it off his back. But here at this level, that doesn't occur.
First pitch curveball taken for a strike by J.C. Santini. Santini struck out back in the first inning. He is 0 for 1. A right-handed hitter. Walker Ramsey trying to retire St. Mary's in order for the first time today. A second curveball, this one at 68 miles an hour, and it's 0-2 to Santini. The catcher hitting 143 on the year. He's had 28 at-bats. 0-2, the count to him. Walker Ramsey throws. Fastball misses up and in. A pretty good 0-2 pitch after featuring 2 curveballs, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, that's a really good 0-2 pitch right there. If nothing else, it's going to change the eye level. 88 up.
The 1-2.
How'd I know that was coming?
Did he go around? No, he checked his swing, Jared Farron says, on appeal, but that was a great
It
pitch.
looked like it was a strike. Regardless of if he swung at it. A great pitch by Walker Ramsey. I'm not sure where that missed, but I got to trust Big Rob, because he's the only guy with a vote.
that was a perfect pitch.
Yeah,
that was right on the corner.
Was outstanding.
The 2-2. A curveball comes in, nearly hits Santini on the sleeve. Did it get him? No, it did not. Yeah. And it's 3-2.
Yeah, it looked like it hit him from here. There's no wind here today, but it almost looked like that sleeve moved. But Santini didn't want any part of it. He wants to hit.
Full count. Here comes the pitch. And a fastball misses up. So,
well, that kid has good at-bats, at Santini. And that was well-pitched at-bat right there by Walker Ramsey.
Yeah, he ultimately loses him after getting ahead 0-2. And here is Thane.
It's really kind of crazy how this game of baseball works, because, very well could have been out of the inning on a pitch that you and I felt looked like a strike and wasn't called a strike. And the next thing you know, you got a guy on first base and you got to face Thane.
Connor Thane hitting .295. He struck out in the first inning. So Ramsey back into his stretch. The pitch, a curveball, is in there for a called strike. Thane hitting from the right side. So Ramsey trying to work through another, not a real jam with just a man at first base, but it could quickly become one.
The two-out situation that the Wolverines continue to put themselves in, these two-out situations where
the one strike pitch is swung on and hit into center field, but right at Beltran. He makes the grab.
Literally did not move.
No, he didn't. Right
didn't
to him.
move at all.
The inning is over. A man left for St. Mary's. On to the last of the third. The Wolverines trying to get the bats going. They trail St. Mary's 4-0.
In the top of the third for the Gales. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on base.
Bolson to lead things off for Utah Valley. They trail 4-0.
Well, Polson, he's an interesting study for me. He has this gangster music as his walk-up, and he's from the mean streets of Mapleton.
This first pitch misses inside, and it's 1-0.
Mean streets of Mapleton, Utah. Played high school baseball for the same high school coach as my son, Goose Kalunky, who some of you may have heard of.
The All-American?
The only first-team All-American in the history of the school, and I don't say that with any pride because, trust me, nobody was a bigger critic of that dude than me. Am I wrong?
Nope. The 1-0 misses down low, 2-0 to Polson, although there wasn't a whole lot to be critical about. He had a pretty good career.
Yeah, he was all right.
The 2-0 pitch, a swing and a high fly ball into shallow right field. Coming in is Murphy. He makes the grab, and there's one away.
Well, and Polson, I with all due respect to Polson, I do have to say that high school coach was Coach Gary Miner. And kudos to Coach Miner for sending kids off. I mean, he's got a couple of kids playing college baseball right now. Obviously, my son, another former Wolverine, C.J. Harrison. He's coached a lot of kids that have moved on to the next level.
Here's Jake Plakis. First pitch to him is swung on and missed. Plakis hit a solo home run in Game 2 yesterday, earning a spot in left field this afternoon.
Yeah, left field's a spot that the Wolverines have been kind of searching for a guy to step up and just grab that thing. Jake Berry has started out there for, the last couple of years, and he's struggled. So Plakis gets an opportunity as he takes strike 2 there.
Yeah, right on the outside corner. Thornton right now
Thornton's
just dealing.
A beast. Thornton is an absolute beast.
The freshman right-hander.
From Salona Beach, which nobody knows where that is yet.
Kicks and fires. A fastball swung on and fouled back at 90 miles an hour.
Yeah, Jordan asked me when we were off the air if I knew where Salona Beach was, and I said it's near the beach.
It's near the beach, and it is.
Yeah.
San Diego County.
Oh, nice.
You should know where that is.
I should, but I don't, because I'm not a genius.
0-2 to Plakis. Slider misses down and away, and it's 1-2. And you can tell how well Thornton's throwing the ball because that ball was not close, and he was ticked off.
Yeah, he was
himself.
ticked. He kind of did a little spin move and looked at his catcher like, "My bad, brah." Yeah. If he's from San Diego, that's how he said it.
He has allowed 1 base runner. That was a hit batsman in the first. There is a strike, 88 miles an hour, right at the knees, taken for strike 3. The 4th strikeout for Thornton.
Well, and in Plakis' defense right there, that was a heck of a pitch. I don't think he could have done anything with it had he swung at it. Sometimes you just got to tip your cap and say, "Nice pitch." And Plakis looked at the umpire like, "Could you hit that?" And the umpire said, "Nah, I couldn't either, bro."
There's not a whole lot you could do with that pitch. Howell swings at the first pitch he sees and fouls it off to the right.
Just down and away and just, yeah.
Trevor Howell had a good at-bat back in the first inning, went a full count, ultimately flied out to left field.
Well, these teams, St. Mary's teams over the years, they've just always been able to find such good pitching.
The 1-strike pitch misses up high, and it's 1-1.
They always have outstanding pitching, and it's like, geez. I mean, even back before Coach Valenzuela was there, I can't remember the name of the head coach, and I apologize for that, but his teams had good pitching.
Curveball in there for a called strike 2, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Howell. 4-0 St. Mary's. We're in the last of the 3rd inning. The Wolverines have had 1 base runner, no hits. Well, you're playing at basically sea level in Moraga.
Yeah.
And traditionally you say keep the ball down, and you're going to have success as a fastball misses just off the outside. Thornton thought it was strike 3. He swipes at the throwback from Santini, and it's 2-2.
That's called disgust.
Yeah, it is.
I like it.
He is dealing right now. 2-2 to the Wolverine leadoff man. 2 outs, bases empty. Here it comes. A swing and a foul back to the screen, and Howell was on that fastball.
Yeah, Howell, like I said, it's an interesting study so far this year. He's just been so consistent over his first 3 years, always right around 300, always with a good on-base percentage, always a great leadoff man, and so far his senior year, it's been a little disappointing for him, getting off to a slow start.
The 2-2 in the dirt, a nice stop by Santini, sliding to his right, and the count is full. You want to know what hitters or what batters are hitting off Thornton with 2 outs in an inning? .77.
Oh, Well, you mean .077?
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
If they're
yeah.
hitting 770, then hey, let's tee off.
Yeah.
Yeah, 077. Hey, all right, here we go.
That's
That's
unreal.
ridiculous.
3-2 pitch to Howell. A swing and a fly ball into left.
Oh, he
moving
just missed that.
Moving to his left is Vranish. He's under it in left center. He makes
All
the
right.
grab, and the Wolverines are down in order.
And see, there's another decent at bat by Howell. Squared one up-ish at the end and just doesn't get a result.
Hey, and maybe he's starting to come on a little bit.
Yeah,
if you're a
seeing the
Wolverine.
ball better. Yeah.
So we head to the top of the fourth inning. It is 4-0 St. Mary's on GoUVU.com.
St. Mary's 4, Wolverines 0. Pizza Pie Cafe. Have you had your pizza today? With an all-you-can-eat buffet, pizza, pasta, and salad. Check out Pizza Pie Cafe.
Four to nothing St. Mary's as we begin the fourth inning. It'll be Diaz, House, and Vranish, 9-1 and 2. Walker Ramsey back out on the mound for the Wolverines. First pitch fastball misses up high. Ramsey allowed a base runner in the third, but other than that, he is settled in.
Yeah, he's been really good since Coach Madsen came out and talked to him.
Yeah, during that 4-run first inning.
I'm going to tell Coach Madsen after this game, talk to him before the game, bro. Because, you know, I'm such a good coach. I know what I'm talking about. You know?
Ball
Right.
misses up high to Diaz, 2-0.
I'm sure he talked to him before the game. But, you know, he settled in, like you said, and he really looked really good.
The 2-0, Diaz swings and lifts one down the right field line. Giving chase is Marco in foul territory. He slides, and he made the grab.
Had a boy.
A nice play by Alexander Marco.
Well, my two first names buddy out there and right saves my two last names buddy on the mound, Walker Ramsey. Has absolutely a great play, you know. Good pitch, jammed him, and he just pushed it out there to right field. A lot of ground that Marco covered there, and it's a nice sliding catch. Just an outstanding play by both Walker Ramsey and Alexander Marco.
Yeah, that was a great defensive play.
Yeah.
Top of the order for St. Mary's. Here's House, and a ball is in the dirt. Off-speed pitch. It's 1-0.
And we did find that young Mr. House is listed as Eddie House.
Yeah, on the roster,
on
Eddie.
the roster, but he's listed as Edward on our box scores. So, but he is spelled differently, H-A-U-S.
The 1-0, a swing and a drive into left center field. Beltran on his horse. It's going to get by him, and he'll knock it down just shy of the warning track. Heading into second with a stand-up double is Eddie House.
Yeah, and Eddie smoked that ball. He got it down and in, and I don't think it was so much as a mistake from Ramsey. It's just a good piece of hitting there by Eddie House. He took that ball down and in. It's a good spot to throw the baseball, and he just got that barrel down on it and smoked it out there. Outstanding effort by Beltran, and he covered a ton of ground to even come close to that ball and really keep it from going to the wall and keep it to a double.
Absolutely, and with one out, that is huge.
It really is.
Instead of a runner at third and one down, there's a runner at second, and here is Vranish.
Yeah, and you're facing these beasts.
Mm-hmm. First pitch to him, misses down and away, an off-speed pitch from Walker Ramsey. It's 1-0. Well, St. Mary's, really right now they want to step on the Wolverines' throat. They lead 4-0.
That's such a mean term.
It is, but that's what they do.
Yeah. And that's obviously a sports term, and you really want to do that.
The 1-0 pitch. Curveball misses down and away, and it's 2 balls, no strikes.
Because really Walker Ramsey has done a nice job of keeping the Wolverines within striking distance even after struggling so much in that first inning. Or not even so much struggling as giving up a couple of base runners and then having some nice hitting done by St. Mary's in clutch situations.
Vranish has walked twice today. He's scored a run. The 2-0 from Ramsey. And a fastball catches the outside corner, strike one.
Excellent pitch. 85 miles an hour, which is a little below what he's been throwing, 88, 89. But he took a little something off and threw it on that outside corner, and it's a beautiful pitch.
That gets him back into the at-bat. 2 balls, 1 strike. Vranish with 4 home runs on the season, 2 in this series. The 2-1 pitch. Fastball misses up high, and it's 3-1. So now Vranish will look to possibly hit home run number 5.
3-1, yeah, I guess you're looking for a ball in a spot and to really drive.
4-0 St. Mary's. 1 man on, 1 man out here in the top of the 4th inning. Ramsey facing the heart of the order. Right now, 3-1 to Vranish. Ramsey checks on the runner. Here it comes. And a fastball misses down below the knees. Ball 4. Vranish walks for the 3rd time today.
Well, one of the things I'm going to point out about Vranish right there is, like you said, it's 3-1. He's really looking, he wants to hit that 5th home run. He wants to drive in that run from second base. And instead, he stayed within himself. That pitch was pretty close. A pitch that maybe less, I guess.
Less experienced.
Thank you. Yeah, a less experienced player, or a player that's not that's not staying within himself. Goes after, and Vranish said, nope, I'll take that walk, even though, that walk isn't a whole lot. It doesn't give him that RBI that he's seeking.
So here is Novus, his average up to 389. He has a couple singles today as Sims makes a great backhanded play on a ball in the dirt.
Yeah, Sims, and I mean, he covered, what? That ball was way outside.
Yeah, that was behind
the
other.
Really showed some great footwork there. I wonder if he played basketball in high school, because
we'll have to ask him.
Yeah, because my son Goose, that's where he claims he got all his good footwork.
That one's swung on and driven to left. Plakis going back. He is on the track, looking up. He makes the grab, a step in front of the wall. Trying to tag from second, heading to third is House. The throw comes in, not in time. A nice play by Plakis to get to that one, but now there are runners on the corners with 2 down.
And Vranish is a little annoyed with himself at first base for not running back and tagging, which he probably should have done. But, in that situation, you're taught always to go halfway, and that's where you go. But once you see that guy making that catch, you got to scamper back quickly and try to tag, which Eddie House did a nice job of, because, he's going to score on that ball from second base regardless if it gets over the head of Plakis.
Cole Yoakum, the left-hander, getting up in the Wolverine bullpen. Ramsey trying to work around a walk and a double in this inning. 2 down. Here is Milam. He takes a fastball just a bit high, and it's 1-0.
Still love Milam's sweatshirt underneath. That dude is like, I'm not freezing, man.
No, 39 degrees.
Yeah. You know what? I'm putting the sweatshirt on, and when he ran around the bases earlier and scored, it looked like a cape.
It looked cool.
Yeah.
It feels cool.
Yeah.
The 1-0 pitch coming. Milam swings and lifts this one foul off and to the right.
I think you missed that, Jordan. It looked cool, and it felt warm.
That's right. That's a good point.
Yep.
Milam was hit by a pitch in the first. He scored a run. He grounded out with a couple men on back in the second to end the inning. So looking to redeem himself here with 2 men on and 2 men out.
And this dude's quite the pitcher as well. This guy can throw it.
Yeah. The 1-1 coming. Ramsey throws a ball in the dirt. The runner takes off for second. Sims fakes the throw as Vranish slides in to second. So 2 runners in scoring position now for St. Mary's.
Well, that's a nice play by both players. Vranish read that ball in the dirt. He knew he had that opportunity, and he took it. And great job by Sims to not force that throw down there with 2 outs. There's no reason to throw it to second base and take a chance to throw it away because Vranish did such a nice job of reading that ball in the dirt. He had no chance.
It will be ruled a wild pitch. The 2-1 to Milam. A swing and a ground ball to short. Howell has it. Throws to first low, and Polson can't dig it out. 1 run comes in to score. 2 runs will come in to score, and it is 6-0 St. Mary's.
Well, Jordan, my point is really, really made right there. That ball in the dirt is what really led to what just happened right there. The ball in the dirt allowed the young man to get to second base. If he doesn't get to second base, Vranish is out easy with the flip to second base, and we're all in the dugout. Instead, because he was allowed to advance, you don't have that opportunity. Howell's got to make that long throw across the diamond. He throws it a little bit in the dirt. Well, he does throw it in the dirt, and unable to dig it out is the first baseman, which, to his credit, you know, he's dug a lot of balls this season and just ain't able to dig that one particular one. And now, you know, it throws up 2 runs. And unfortunately, those are the kind of plays that happen when you're really struggling.
Chauvin takes a ball outside 1-0, and that's just that's a play that has to be made.
It does.
If you're Utah Valley.
On both ends. And,
Yeah.
you know, Howell's got to make a better throw, and if he doesn't, Polson's got to dig that ball out. And, you know, neither of them able to pull that off.
The 1-0 is swung on and driven into right center field in the ballpark. Over is Beltran. He makes the grab, and the inning's over. But the error comes back to really hurt the Wolverines. Doesn't come back to, it does. It hurts the Wolverines. 2 runs for St. Mary's, a man left. On to the last of the 4th. It's 6-0 Gales. Michael Beltran to lead things off for Utah Valley. They trail 6-0.
Well, darn it.
The Wolverines, it's one thing if St. Mary's is just...
Got a message from Clint Berge saying I'm way too quiet.
That's the first time anyone has ever said that
about me in my life. Thank you, Clint.
Beltran takes a ball 1-0 to him.
Well, after that little bit of frustration, let's see if the Wolverines can get something going. A good guy to lead it off here in Beltran.
Takes a off-speed pitch just off the plate, and it is 2-0. So the Wolverines trying to get something going. They do not have a base hit in this game. We're in the last of the 4th inning, 6-0 Gales. Thornton is dealing right now. There's a swing and a liner into center field. Coming in is Novus. He's not going to make the play. He knocks it down, but Beltran is in there with a single, and the Wolverines have the leadoff man on.
Well, that's a good clean single right there by Beltran, excuse me. Beltran took that pitch a little bit outside and just used that right side of the field. And good effort out there by Novus. Why do I want to call him Novice? He made a great play because he dove, and not only did he dive, but he kept the ball in front. And, you know, when you keep the ball in front, you prevent that double or even a triple in that situation.
Especially with Beltran, who's so fast.
He runs very, very well.
Here is Paul Estrada. He flied out in the first inning, 0 for 1. So Thornton into his stretch for just the second time today and the first time since the first inning. He delivers a strike on the outside corner as Estrada squared around to bunt. It's 0-1.
And I don't believe he had any intention of actually bunting there, do you?
No, I don't think so. But the corners did come crashing in on that one.
Exactly, which is great. Now maybe that third baseman moves in and you can smoke a ball past him.
The one strike pitch, he shows bunt, and he does bunt it. Out in front of home plate, and it rolls foul on the first base side, 0-2.
Interesting strategy there.
He's obviously bunting for a hit, trying to bunt for a hit here.
Yeah, but after you show it once, you kind of let the cat out of the bag, my friend.
Yeah, now you're down 0-2 in the count.
Yeah. And it's interesting strategy to have your young man hitting in your 3-hole bunt there in that situation. And that may have been him trying to do that himself, which is probably more likely than anything. But, you know, at this point, he's doing the best he can to try to get on base, and let's see how he can continue to battle. The young man has great at-bats, at-bat after at-bat.
One man on, nobody out. The pitch to Beltran. The pitch to Estrada is a fastball that misses down and away, and it's 1-2. Beltran is at first base. We mentioned he has very good speed. He's 1 for 2 in stolen base attempts this season. Held on by Chavin.
Well, he hasn't had a lot of opportunities. I mean, like right now is not a great spot for the Wolverines to try to run with down 6 runs.
The 1-2 coming to Estrada. A swing and a miss. And he is down on strikes.
Boy, Thornton is filthy. That was a filthy pitch. I mean, I'm sure you couldn't see that well if you're on the live stream, how nasty that pitch was. It was like a Frisbee.
Yeah, off speed, in on the hands.
Off speed, in on the hands. Just absolutely nothing you could do with that pitch. And this kid, wow.
That is Thornton's 5th strikeout of the ball game. Drew Sims steps in now. Thornton delivers, and a fastball just misses low and away, and it's 1-0.
We've kind of missed something in all of this, is that the hit by Beltran was the first for the Wolverines all night, all afternoon, excuse me. And so it looks like night because this place is all shut in by clouds.
The 1-0's fouled off to the right, and it's 1-1 to Sims. Sims struck out back in the first inning. He's 0 for 1.
Well, I can't tell you how much I feel like Sims, his whole approach, his body, his defense, everything about this young man has really improved over last year. Not that he was bad last year. It's just that you can see the growth. Yeah. And that's what you want to see out of a kid that comes back for his sophomore year. It's just a lot of growth, and you can really see it in this guy.
Thornton throws. He misses up and in, and it's 2-1 to Sims.
You know, his growth as a player, probably I don't know this firsthand, but I'm sure his growth as a student, growth in a lot of ways for this guy. And, you know, I've had my own children, 2 of them, go from high school to college. And when you see that, you know, that second year is like, eyes are open all of a sudden.
The 2-1, Sims swings and fouls it back. And that's one thing you're talking about how smart Sims is. He's ahead of the game mentally. You're talking to Coach Eric Mattson, especially behind the plate.
Well, behind the plate, the kid he's a whiz, and it's probably going to get him an opportunity to play this game past this level. And just because, I mean, his size is amazing, and then behind the plate, the way that he works is just phenomenal.
The 2-2 is swung on and lifted into center. A little bloop that's going to fall. Beltran will stop at second base as Novus comes up with it, and there are 2 men on, 1 man out for the Wolverines.
Well, and right on cue, he comes up with a base hit up the middle, and right there is a great pitch by Thornton. Got it in kind of little on the hands, but strong enough at 6'4" and 220 pounds, and with a resituated body when he came in, you know, bigger, stronger, faster than he was last year. He just, you know, muscled that ball into center field. I mean, that's the old cliche, muscled it. Yeah, I've always wanted to muscle a ball myself. Just didn't ever have the muscles to do it.
Yeah, you just didn't have the equipment.
No, zero equipment. But this young man has it, and he just dropped that ball right in front of the center field. A great piece of hitting.
So for the first time this the Wolverines have a man in scoring position. First and second for Alexander Marco. He struck out in the second inning. He is 0 for 1. 6-0, St. Mary's leading. We're in the last of the fourth inning. 2 men on, 1 man out. Thornton comes set. First pitch off speed right there for a called strike 1.
That's just nasty. 73 miles an hour after he throws that fastball about 91 miles an hour. That's an 18-mile-an-hour difference, and
it's almost like a changeup, but it has that movement.
yeah, it does, and it's just it's filthy.
The 1 strike coming. Here it is, a swing and a pop fly into center field. Novus moving in, now back, makes the grab. Beltran bluffs as if to tag, but the throw comes into the cutoff man, and Beltran stays at second, 2 away.
Just not deep enough right there, and that was another off-speed pitch, and it got Marco out on his front foot, and he just couldn't get anything on that swing, and unfortunately just popped it into center field.
So it'll be up to Cody Hall with 2 outs in the fourth. Hall grounded out to first base in the second inning. This inning began when Beltran singled into right center field.
It's the most confusing walk-up song in history.
I was thinking that all day yesterday.
What the heck?
That'll get you pumped.
Yeah, exactly.
The pitch to Hall comes in, and it hits him. Just right on the backside. A breaking ball slipped out of the hand of Thornton, and the bases are loaded.
And there's nothing Hall could do to get out of the way of that except turn and just take it on the backside. And good job. I mean, he's a grinder, as I said but earlier, Cody Hall, you always want to think, he gets it done, and kid's done a great job.
So here's Vargas. Bases loaded, 2 outs.
Well, this is where Vargas is going to earn his scholarship right here is in this at-bat. Bases loaded in a big game here. Wolverines really need some momentum here early in the season.
Yeah. Vargas, the freshman, slightly open stance from the right side. He struck out back in the second.
With the amazing hairdo.
2 amazing hairdos right now. One on the mound, one in the boxes.
Hairdo versus hairdo.
As Vargas swings and misses, it's 0-1.
Yeah, this is a big at-bat here for the Wolverines. 2 outs, bases loaded. Freshman on freshman.
Thornton set. The 1-strike pitch. Fastball on the outside corner. Throw down to first.
Ooh.
And just diving in back safely is Hall, but it's 0-2 to Vargas.
Well, that's a nice throw down there by J.C. Santini, but Austin Chauvin really made a nice play on that short hop because if that short hops into right field, everybody runs. And just a nice play by Chauvin down there.
0-2 to Vargas. The pitch to him, he swings and spoils this one foul, high and off to the right, a 92-mile-an-hour fastball from Thornton.
Yeah, and that's the hardest we've seen him throw one today. And, obviously Thornton, he looks super chill up there, but, boy, he's a competitor.
Yeah. He is a competitor. He
gets after it.
Yep.
Yeah. He's sneaky that way.
Not a big guy.
He's 6'3", but, kind of lanky but he gets after it. I like it.
0-2 to Vargas. Fastball misses high and away, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, I mean, like right there, you see the disgust.
Yeah,
he's so disgusted with himself.
Yeah, that was an easy take for Vargas, and Thornton wanted to tempt him with an 0-2 pitch. He did not.
Yeah.
Bases loaded, 2 outs, 6-0 St. Mary's. One swing of the bat could make this a ball game again.
Yeah, and Vargas, he's taken some healthy hacks to this point.
The 1-2 pitch. Fastball just misses outside, and Thornton thought he'd struck him out. He was halfway to the dugout.
Yeah, that's a good pitch on that outside half right there. And if that was called a strike, there's nothing that Vargas could have done with that. I don't think he could have touched that pitch. That was a pretty nasty pitch. Tough one to lay off, but credit the young freshman Vargas for laying off the excellent pitch by the young freshman.
So he's worked the count back 2-2. Here's the pitch, a swing and a ground ball. That's going to be fielded in shallow right field by House. He makes the throw as his momentum takes him toward the foul line, and the inning is over. That one looked like it was going to sneak through for a moment, but it was just hit softly enough that House could make the play. The Wolverines leave the bases loaded on to the 5th inning. It's 6-0, Gales. 6-0 St. Mary's as we head to the 5th.
Yeah, that was a nice play to end the inning there by Eddie House. I mean, he covered a lot of ground. He got to that ball and made a nice play.
Jack Murphy swings and hammers one into right field on the first pitch. It will one-hop the wall to the left of the foul pole. He will head in, diving head first into second. He has a leadoff double.
Well, I think he tripped and fell the first time because he wanted to try to hit for the cycle or something.
That's right. There's a single.
Because it was literally the same ball, except this time he hit the ball harder, so he had less of a chance of a double out of it. But Jack, I think you learned something about that first at bat. And folks, if you hadn't been following us, Jack Murphy hit a ball down off the wall, one-hop the wall, very similar to this one, except a little bit more air under it. And he fell down in between first and second base earlier in the game, and his teammates razzed him pretty good.
He's at second now with nobody out. Here is Santini. Ramsey throws, and Santini swings and misses. Had a ball down and away. It's 0-1.
Watching Santini today behind the plate and in the box, I'm surprised that he doesn't have better numbers than he does because he really has quality at bats.
One strike, the count to him. St. Mary's looking to add on a fastball in there right at the belt, and it's 0-2.
That's all I got to do is say something good about a guy.
Yeah.
And it gets behind in the account.
No kidding. Cole Yoakum continues to get loose in the Wolverine bullpen.
Well, Ramsey's done a pretty good job of battling to keep this game within reach. I mean, last inning was just some tough luck and a poor play by the Wolverines in the field.
0-2 curveball stays up high, and it's 1-2.
So Ramsey has done his job to keep the Wolverines within striking distance. Of course, it's 6-0. That's a difficult number right now, with only 2 hits in the ball game for the Wolverines.
Well, that's why leaving the bases loaded really hurts.
Yeah, that hurts.
The last of the 4th inning, because you need just a couple runs at least. Here's a ground ball right back to Ramsey. He looks the runner back to second, throws to first for the out. There's one away.
You really like to see that right there. Just a good job by Walker Ramsey. Got the comebacker, turned, looked at second base, realized that there was nothing there. Good base running on second by House or
by
no,
Murphy.
Yeah, Murphy. I apologize. Jack Murphy, and then went to first base, and just a routine play. But sometimes those routine plays, as we've seen in this ball game, are not very routine. And when they're, you got to make them. I mean, he just did a nice job right there. That's PFPs, guys.
So here's Thane, a right-handed hitter with a man in scoring position. Ramsey checks on the runner, now comes home, and Thane swings and misses at a breaking ball, and it's 0-1.
That was a good-looking breaking ball right there. Had Thane out of the hand, Thane saw a fastball, and he was done swinging by the time it got there. A 75-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch, just a good-looking pitch from Walker Ramsey.
Thane 0 for 2 on the afternoon. The one-strike pitch in there for a called strike 2, another breaking pitch.
Yeah, another good-looking breaking pitch as well.
So Ramsey ahead 0-2. We'll look to try and finish off Thane. He flied out to center in his last at bat. He has also struck out. Murphy at second. He doubled to lead off this inning. Ramsey set at the belt. Here's pitch number 80 on the afternoon. A swing and a high drive into right. Going back is Marco. Now stepping onto the track, he reaches up and makes the grab. Tacking at second, heading for third is Murphy. Here comes the throw. It is not in time. A great relay by Hall to Estrada, but a nice job by Murphy taking third base, and there are 2 down.
Well, you've got to be pretty confident in that right there if you're Murphy, because really being at third base with 2 outs, the only advantage that gives you is maybe if there's a pass ball or a wild pitch, because if you're at second base with 2 outs and there's a base hit, you're going to score 90% of the time. You're going to score anyway, and so taking a chance to make that third out at third base, you really better be pretty confident that you're going to make it. Nice play by Marco, running to his left and then catching it kind of over his shoulder, but he really made a nice throw into the cutoff man, which, as you mentioned, was Hall, and Hall threw a nice strike over there to third base, and just a tad bit late. If Murphy had been any less fleet of foot, he would have been out of third base. So nice play all the way around by all the young men on the diamond.
So we're going to have a pinch hitter here. It's going to be the left-handed hitting Willits, and Eric Matson's going to make a pitching change. That's going to do it for Ramsey. He'll bring in the lefty Yoakum to face Willits. We'll take a break on Go UVU and have the numbers on the new lefty when we come back. 6-0, St. Mary's leading. New pitcher on for Utah Valley. It is the left-hander Cole Yoakum. He takes his warm-up tosses. Yoakum on the year, this will be his 5th appearance. He has a 6.75 earned run average. He's thrown just 1 1/3, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. Opponents are hitting 200 off, or 130, I beg your pardon, off the left-hander. So a pinch hitter as well for St. Mary's. It's the left-handed hitting Bryce Willits. So lefty versus lefty. A man at third. First pitch fastball is down low, ball 1.
Well, when Willits comes in, he's their double specialist. He's had 6 at-bats this year, and he has 2 hits, both doubles.
Now a balk has been called on Yoakum, and that will score the run. 7-0 St. Mary's.
Well, there's another reason you take third base on that when you have that opportunity. And he just kind of rolled through that. It was the old California stop. Didn't pause long enough coming out of the stretch, and it's 7-0.
So 1-0 to Willits. Base is empty now.
Well, Willis will not get an RBI double now. He has 2 of those on the year.
A strike in at the knees, and it's 1-1. So Walker Ramsey, his day is done. Yoakum.
Well, Yoakum's done an outstanding job, as you just mentioned right before that balk. Opponent's hitting just 138 against this young man. He's been outstanding.
Yeah, the freshman comes set. The 2-1 pitch, a swing and a chopper to third. Estrada has it. He throws to first, and the inning is over, but not before the Gales add another run. They lead 7-0. We head to the last of the 5th on GoUVU.com. Cade Polson to lead things off for the Wolverines in the last of the 5th inning. Willits stays in the game for the Gales. He's at third base.
Wow.
As
it's a nasty pitch.
Yeah, Polson swings and misses at looked like a slider outside, or a fastball with some cut on it.
Yeah, major cut. That thing moved 9 feet.
The 0-1 coming to Polson. 7-0 St. Mary's. We're in the last of inning number 5. The pitch, a swing and a pop fly foul, backing out of play.
Another interesting fact about Cade Polson. You know, Cade, one of the few young men that I know well, because he came up through my basketball program that I run, and was an outstanding high school basketball player, 4-year starter at Maple Mountain High for Coach Johnny Averett, one of my good friends. And his dad is a high school baseball coach at Springville.
Huh. 0-2 pitch, a swing and a miss on a ball way out of the zone, and Polson is retired. That ball was way outside.
Yeah.
He chased it.
You know, and Cade, I probably text him tonight, because that his approach right there was not very sound. I think he was pressing a little bit in that at bat, and you know, you start to press and you start to do things like that where you're trying to hit pitches that you know you shouldn't be swinging at, and he probably just needs a little mental readjustment.
Well, it all feeds off itself when you're losing like this.
And you get a little bit desperate. You start to do things that you shouldn't do, and you've got to stay within yourself. And we'll see how Plakus does here, staying within himself as a young freshman.
He takes a strike on the outside corner. Tyler Thornton, the starter for St. Mary's, has been brilliant. A ball misses down low, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, brilliant's a kind of an understatement. He's given up just 2 hits. One of those was well struck by Beltran, who is hitting .375 on the year coming into the game.
The 1-1, a swing and a miss by Plakus, and it's 1-2.
So there's no shame in giving up a hit to that young man. And then Sims, the 4-hitter, was able to muscle a ball into center field. So he's done an absolutely amazing job so far today through, 4 1/3?
Mm-hmm. The Wolverines loaded the bases last inning, but could not plate a run as Plakus looks at strike 3, an off-speed pitch on the outside corner, the 7th strikeout for Thornton.
Well, that ball moves. I mean, I've been thoroughly impressed, and Ken Waldachuk, that pitched the first game yesterday, when I saw him last year, I was thoroughly impressed with him. And then this kid, it's like, they just keep bringing pitchers out that are incredible.
Here is Trevor Howell. He takes the ball outside. Howell's had a couple good at bats. He's seen a lot of pitches. He has flied out twice to left field. Thornton from the windup. He throws. And there's a swing and a slow chopper to the left of third. Willits has it, throws across for the out, and the Wolverines are down in order. We go to the 6th inning. St. Mary's leads Utah Valley 7-0. Top of the 6th inning, St. Mary's in control, 7-0. Cole Yoakum, the lefty, back out in relief for the Wolverines.
It brings up Eddie House. He's the leadoff man here in the top of the 6th.
Fastball misses down low. Ball 1 to House. House doubled and scored a run in the 4th inning. He is 1 for 3.
I wonder if he has German descent. House, H-A-U-S. You know?
Yeah.
Because I did. Of course, I grew up in Europe.
You're a worldly man.
I know. I'm just old, dude.
Ball misses outside, 2-0.
Which I did grow up in Europe for a good portion of my life, and I see house, and I'm like, oh, mine house. I don't know if it's mine or mine, but I'm sure the house, Mr. and Mrs. House, know that it's the origins.
Ball misses 3-0. Well, the Wolverines will be back here at UCCU Ballpark tomorrow night, taking on Niagara, and then Tuesday as well, taking on Niagara, a rare 2-game series at the beginning of a week, so come out to the ballpark.
And against a rare team. You don't see a team like Niagara. Eddie House does a nice job and takes ball 4 here. Eddie you can see why he hits at the top of the lineup. The kid has a great eye. It just has, I talk a lot about quality at bats, and unfortunately, I have to be around this a lot. My son runs a baseball academy here locally, the Real Athlete Baseball Academy, and he has teams. He has scout teams. He has youth teams, all that kind of stuff. And so, and also my son lives across the street from me, so he and I talk a lot about baseball on a daily basis. And quality at bats, still, and it has been for 20 years, is more. That's what coaches are looking for: quality at bats.
Here is Vranish. He takes the ball down low, and it's 1-0. Vranish has 3 walks today, 2 runs scored.
Talk about quality at bats. Joe Vranish has had 3 of those so far today.
Yoakum peers in. Now he throws, and there's a swing and a ground ball foul down to the third base side.
Well, and you see, as Vranish, he pulls that ball down the line, and he's sitting there making movements with his arms, trying to tell himself, got to stay inside that baseball. And, because you get out front of it, you hit that thing foul like that. And so, he's thinking about that. And so, therefore, 3 quality at-bats.
Branish hitting 408 coming into this game. He muscles one into left field here for a base hit. That was in on the hands, and Branish able to pull that through the left side, and there are 2 men on, nobody out.
Well, that's exactly what he was motioning with his hands before that at bat. He did a better job of it. He didn't get all of that ball, but he was able to, as you said, muscle it through that hole because he was concentrating on pulling that elbow through, that front elbow, and he did a great job of that. And again, it's a 4th quality at bat of the day for Branish.
So here's Novus. 2 men on, nobody out. Novus swinging a hot bat. He is 2 for 3 today. A couple of singles, a run scored in the first.
Can't get this guy out, man.
He is a tough out. A swing and a miss here at a fastball, and it's 0-1. On the out-of-town scoreboard, we were talking about Niagara coming in tomorrow. They're up in Salt Lake City taking on the Utes today. They were snowed out yesterday, and then they were scheduled to play a doubleheader today, but the first game in that doubleheader has also been canceled due to field conditions. So hopefully, maybe they'll play tonight. They're scheduled to play at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. It's
pretty confusing to me, by the way.
As Novus takes a strike.
Yeah, that's 2 good pitches right there from Yoakum. Yoakum did a really nice job, as you were talking, about the Niagara coming in tomorrow and Tuesday. Just 2 outstanding pitches on the outside half, and Novus a tough guy to get out. But it's confusing how Niagara and Utah can't play, and they're 20 miles from us, 25.
Yeah, the 0-2 pitch coming. A curveball swung on and driven into center field. Beltran moving to his left. He reaches out, makes the grab. The runners will stay put, and there's 1 away. I drove down from Salt Lake County today, and there is more snow up there than there is down here.
Yeah.
But, I wonder if they will get that game in tonight. They're scheduled, we mentioned earlier, to play a day game tomorrow, Niagara and Utah. But Niagara's scheduled to come down here tomorrow night, a 6 p.m. start.
Yeah, Niagara is trying to jam in as much as they can, and I get it. They traveled from Niagara, which is in New York, and they've traveled this far. They want to get in as many games as they can get the bang for the buck. I mean, baseball just doesn't have that much travel money.
Curveball from Yoakum in there for a strike to the right-handed hitting Milam. It's 0-1. Milam reached on an error back in the 4th inning. He grounded to Howell at shortstop with 2 men on, and Howell made a low in the dirt throw to first, and the 2 men came in to score, and Milam reached first. 2 men on here, 1 man out. Ball in the dirt, stopped by Sims. It's 1-1.
I'd really like to see Milam throw. Pitch. He's a good pitcher, and I mean, it interests me because the kid can sure swing the bat. It's interesting when you have a young man that just pitches and hits.
The 1-1 pitch. Yoakum kicks and fires. Fastball misses high and in to Milam. It's 2-1. On the out-of-town scoreboard, Massachusetts beating UT Rio Grande Valley 10-6. That game in the top of the 6th inning.
Surprised by that score.
Yeah, UT Rio Grande Valley took the first 2 of that series. Portland leading Northern Colorado 4-0. That game in the bottom of the 6th.
Another WAC WCC matchup.
As Yoakum steps off, New Mexico State leading LaSalle 4-0. Grand Canyon and Illinois scoreless in the last of the 2nd down in Phoenix.
Have you seen the way that New Mexico State is swinging the bat? It's sickening.
The 2-1 pitch misses down and away, and it's 3-1 to Milam.
Well, and I mean, obviously they have that. They play where they play. They play at a little bit of elevation, and they have a nice stadium for hitting and all of that. But that doesn't matter. The way they're swinging the bat, holy smokes!
Yeah, and they well, it'll be interesting to see how they swing the bat come conference play.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
The 3-1 pitch misses inside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded.
And I really like Milam. I like his approach. Milam and Branish really are impressive guys, as is Ryan Novus. But you have bring in Chauvin. So really it's like murderer's row for at least for the weekend. And these kids really do a nice job.
Romeo Carrillo getting loose in the bullpen for the Wolverines.
I like it. Roll those R's, man.
That's right. We were asking pronunciations.
And I'm sure it is Carrillo. but I'm bad at rolling my R's.
Hey, I'm not great. I'm
Okay.
giving it a shot. Chauvin
Yeah.
swings and misses. It's 0-1. 7-0 St. Mary's. We're in the top of the 6th. The base is loaded, just one out. Yoakum, the left-hander, in his second inning of relief. Set at the belt, he throws, and that one's swung on and lifted into shallow center field. Beltran sprinting in, going back is Howell. It'll be Howell, the shortstop. Everybody holds as the throw comes into home plate, and there are 2 away.
A pretty good throw by Howell, who, I mean,
I'm shocked that
Yeah.
Beltran did not call him off on that.
yeah, me too. I mean, when you have the shortstop coming clear that way, and he's got his, yeah.
That's a
And-
tough
and
play.
You're looking at you're looking at the ball, Beltran. And then again, Beltran, maybe he tried to, and Howell just called him off. Good play all the way around. Good pitch by Yoakum because that's a great hitter, and Chauvin, who's already shown who to hit 3-run triple in the first inning. And so really just an outstanding job all the way around by the Wolverines, who really honestly have to keep this game in check right here if they're going to have any chance today.
A pinch hitter for St. Mary's, it will be Andrew Shabloski, a right-handed hitter. Yoakum throws. Shabloski takes a strike on the inside corner. Shabloski, we saw him last night pinch hit in, maybe it was game 1 we saw. We
He's
did.
kind of a pinch-hitting beast.
Yeah, he lined out to left field last night. 0-1 to him here. A fastball misses away, so Jack Murphy is done for the day. He went 2 for 3 and scored a run. 1-1 to Shabloski.
Well, Shabloski's 4 for 10 on the year with a double and 2 RBIs. So, and a lot of that is in pinch-hitting situations. So, he's really a pinch hitter extraordinaire.
1 ball, 1 strike the count. Shabloski takes a ball in the dirt, blocked by Sims. It's 2-1. Bases loaded.
Jordan, you got to turn that heater off before I die. He's got his little, he's got his heater going to the point where, this is unreal. I'm dying in here, man.
I'm in front of the open window. I feel fine.
Yeah, of
it's
course you
great.
do.
The 2-1 misses. No, on the inside corner. Strike
Good
2
pitch.
called.
Good pitch. Yoakum coming right out. That's one of the things you really like about this young left-hander is that he's not afraid. He's not afraid to come after you.
Trying to escape a bases loaded situation here. 2 outs. The 2-2 pitch. A swing and a weakly hit ground ball right back to Yoakum off his glove, and he sprained his ankle, or he comes up limping, and he won't get the out. 1 run comes to score. Time is taken. Beeve Levitt, the athletic trainer for Utah Valley, is going to come out and take a look at Yoakum. Hopefully he's okay.
Darn it, that was one of those balls that just kind of squibs off the bat, and it's a tougher play than it looks because of the weird spin on the ball. And he tweaked that leg coming off the mound, and darn it, I don't care about the run. I care about the young man's health, and he's been such a bright spot. And it looks like that right ankle, or I think it's the ankle, like you said, but it could be a knee, it could be anything when you're dealing with that lower. Yeah, it looks like an ankle, but
And that's
darn
the-
it, you got.
That's the ankle he lands on
Yeah,
as a
that's
left-handed.
and he probably tried to push off, and I mean, without a replay, I can't really see because he just came up lame as soon as that ball hit his glove. It just he was lame, and I think he tweaked it maybe even before that ball hit his glove. And yeah, he's got to come out of the ball game. You can't take a chance with a kid like this that's done such an outstanding job in relief this year, especially from the left side. Can't take a chance with that. You've got to get him out of the ball game. Let Beeve work him. And I'll tell you what, Beeve Levitt, you mentioned his name, one of the best. I know he kept my son healthy when he was here, and he was an injury festival. That's why his pro career ended after 5 years, just piles and piles of injuries. But Beeve did such an amazing job of keeping him healthy, and he'll do the same here with Yoakum.
So Romeo Carrillo comes in for the Wolverines. Base is still loaded for St. Mary's, 8-0. We'll take a quick break on Go UVU and come back with Carrillo's numbers. We'll be back after this. New pitcher for the Wolverines. It's Romeo Carrillo, a 6.23 earned run average. This is his 4th appearance. He's thrown 4 1/3 innings, given up 5 hits, 3 runs, walked 1, struck out 4. Opponents are hitting .278 against the righty. Bases loaded. Here is Santini.
Regardless of any outcome here, this is a big spot for Carrillo because we want to see him be able to come into these situations, the tough situations, bases loaded, whether it's 8-0 or 0-0, come WAC conference play. And you know, when you've got young guys, you really want to put them in these tough situations.
Ball misses down and away to Santini. The 1-0 from Carrillo, and again misses down and away. 2-0.
And we've talked about amazing hairdos. Carrillo, I mean, man, I'd scalp that dude and take it, man. His hair is amazing. If I had that hair, whoo, could you imagine the ladies? And my wife would probably be happy. She'd be like, oh, thank you. Take him off my hands.
Carrillo, no matter what happens, looking good.
Exactly.
The 2-0 pitch. Santini takes the ball low and away, and it's 3-0. Nowhere to put Santini. Bases loaded.
Well, you know, these kind of situations I always worry about the pitcher that's coming in when the other young man was injured, whether he's whether he's warmed up adequately or not.
Yeah, and by rule, he can take as long as he wants to get ready. Carrillo has been
That's a good pitch.
A strike on the outside corner. He's been up in the bullpen for a little while now.
Yeah.
3-1.
Well, this is a tough spot for anybody. And Santini's had good at-bats all day today.
0 for 2 with a walk. 3-1. Carrillo working from the windup with the bases loaded, and a ball misses down and in, and another run will come in for St. Mary's. So Santini picks up an RBI. It's 9-0.
Well, it continues to be great at-bats by St. Mary's because some of those pitches that Carrillo threw there were, you know, borderline pitches, and they could have been chased, and they weren't. And because of that, you know, 9-0.
Base is still loaded for Connor Thane. The pitch to him. A swing and a foul, dead ball. It hit off, I believe, his left ankle or right ankle.
Yeah.
It got a piece of him either way.
Well, those
0-1.
things tickle, man.
Oh, man, especially when it's cold out today.
Yeah. I think it's warmed up, but it's probably at least 40 now.
The wind's starting to blow in from right field.
Which always adds a nice, you know, you love that nice little breeze when it's chilly because it makes it colder. It's terrible.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty sparse crowd today because of this weather. So.
Yeah, everybody bundled up.
Oh, yeah. Andy Reid's here.
That's right. The mustachioed man in the Kansas City Chiefs sweatshirt.
Yeah, an older fellow with a little boiler with a KC sweatshirt and a mustache. So
the 0-1 fastball misses up and in, and it's 1-1 to Thane. Willits is on deck. 9-0 St. Mary's. We are in the last of the 6th inning. The Gales have been in charge all day. They put up 4 runs in the top of the first. Carrillo from the windup. A swing and a drive into right field. Coming in is Marco near the foul line. He will make the grab in foul territory, and the inning is over. St. Mary's tacks on 2 more. We head to the last of the 6th. It's the Gales 9, the Wolverines nothing. 9-0 St. Mary's. Michael Beltran to lead off the last of the sixth. A couple defensive changes for SMC. Charles Zalumas takes over at second base for House, and Shabloski, who we saw at the plate, pinch hit for Murphy, he's in right, as Beltran fouls the first pitch back and out of play. The Wolverines just trying to get anything they can going. So Zalumas will be in that leadoff spot for the Gales. Back out on the mound for St. Mary's, it is Tyler Thornton, and he comes in and he hits Beltran.
Yeah, and he was not happy with that. He just lost that ball, and we talked about this earlier in the broadcast. Sometimes when it's a little bit chilly or freezing cold, it is tough for pitchers to throw that off-speed pitch. It's just a little bit too cold, and they'll lose some, and he just lost that right to the backside of Beltran.
So the leadoff man on for the Wolverines, and here is Paul Estrada. Thornton throws. Estrada swings and lifts one into deep left center field. Novus back in front of the track, makes the grab, and Estrada is retired on one pitch.
Well, and he hit that to the deepest part of the ballpark. Back there, it's about 427 to that area of the ballpark, and you're going to have absolutely no chance. I've only seen a couple of guys in the years that I've been here. I saw, I want to say, from Utah, plays.
C.J. Crone.
C.J. Crone hit one out there. My Goose Kalunky hit one out there, and I don't think I've seen anybody else hit one out there, not even in batting practice. Well, actually, I think Brock Sargent hit some out there in batting practice.
And those were with the old aluminum bats, at least with Sargent.
Yeah, with Sargent it was, yeah. And Crone. But with Goose, it wasn't.
No. And Crone, looking back, that was when the bats were just starting to change, but that guy, he could have hit that.
Oh, he was a beast.
That was just unbelievable.
Yeah. He was the same as Goose. Those two guys, it doesn't matter what kind of aluminum you get them, they're just hitters, and they're powerful guys.
The 0-1 coming to Sims. Here it is. And a fastball misses outside from Thornton, 1-1.
And Brock's a good friend of mine, Brock Sargent, and he'll tell you the same as I did, only in BP. Live pitching, he ain't hitting it out there. He was a pitcher. Yeah.
Especially today, the wind blowing in from center field right now on a very cold, bitter afternoon.
You got no chance.
The pitch misses outside, 2-1 to Sims, who's had some nice at-bats recently.
Yeah, and Sims is a guy who, eventually in his career, I would not be shocked if he could hit a ball to that 427. Reminds me a lot of Goose Kalunky, who, he was also a developing guy that, just got bigger, stronger every year.
The 2-1 is in there for a called strike on the outside. The tough thing for catchers, as the season goes along, your legs get tired.
And that's the big difference between, say, a guy like Sims and, say, a guy like Goose, who was a first baseman, third baseman when he was here, is that, there's that wear and tear. And, that's why you don't see Sims putting up, Goose-type numbers, and because catchers, yeah, go ahead.
2-2's chopped to third. Willits makes the play. Advancing to second is Beltran, and there are two away.
Yeah, and that's the tough part. I mean, Sims, I think he's caught almost every single inning. I mean, there's been a couple where he's had the backup catcher. I know his name, but I suddenly –
Kirchhoff.
teams travel.
Fastball, did he go around? He did, says first base umpire Jared Ferens, and so Hostert strikes out Shabloski.
A good pitch by Hostert high, and it was tough to lay off for Shabloski. Now, whether, I mean, obviously he did go around because the umpire said so, but I think he may be hungry.
Yeah.
He's thinking that.
Close enough.
Yeah, he's thinking of hitting Check-a-Rama or something.
So here's Mendez. We saw him catch game 1 of this series, and the ball comes inside and hits him. A curveball that did not curve. So,
boy, we've seen so many of those today.
Yeah.
And Hostert had really been snapping his curveball off so far, and that one just didn't go anywhere.
Nope. And that may have a lot to do with the cold weather, the ball slipping out of guys' hands. Here is Velasquez getting his first plate appearance of the afternoon. He came in as a defensive replacement at shortstop.
Well, this kid, boy, he looks like he's quite the defensive player. I mean, that last inning, the catch, keeping his foot on the bag and then gunning it over there, and then the next play as well.
He is 1 for 7 on the season. He swings and misses here, and it's 0-1.
Well, he's, at shortstop, sometimes you want to have a guy that's so defensively sound that you're not worried too much about his offensive numbers. And this is like this kid, wow. He looked amazing with the glove.
The 1-strike offering comes behind him. Another breaking ball that I assume slipped out of the hand of Hostert.
Just a bit inside.
Just a bit. Velasquez didn't even move, and Sims reached behind him and caught the ball.
Yeah,
caught the
he's
ball.
Like, where am I supposed to go? If he goes backwards, he's hit. And
the 1-1 down in the dirt, and that one gets by Sims, a wild pitch. Heading to second is Mendez. Shabloski will take third.
Remember, that's not Sims now, Jordan.
Or I say Sims. That's Kirchhoff. Thank you.
Yeah, Kirchhoff. Yeah, Kirchhoff has done a nice job in relief here. But, that ball just got away. It's going to be a wild pitch.
Yeah, there has to be.
Yeah. I mean, when your catcher has to do that, it's a wild pitch.
So the double play no longer in order. The 2-1 is foul tipped into the glove of Kirchhoff, and it's 2-2. On the out-of-town scoreboard, Pacific is beating Cal Baptist 11-3. That game in the bottom of the 7th, and Massachusetts up 13-9 on UT Rio Grande Valley. Illinois beating Grand Canyon down in Phoenix 7-0. That game in the top of the 5th. That is surprising. New Mexico State leading LaSalle 5-3 as Velasquez fouls this one off. The New Mexico State game in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, I'm really surprised by that Illinois Grand Canyon score.
Yeah, Illinois, they've come in and they're going to take that series if they can hold on today. 2-2. Hostert peers in. Curveball came in and hit him.
Oh, geez.
The second consecutive hit batsman.
That one didn't tickle either.
No, you could hear that up here.
Yeah, heard that bad boy up here. Sounded like it hit some solid bone. Velasquez, he's just a freshman, and he's thinly built, hasn't spent a lot of time in the weight room yet, but he took that one right off the elbow. And I think Coach Eric Madsen is going to come out and discuss this with the home plate umpire, whether he moved out of the way or not, but he was going into a check swing, and I don't really think there was much he could do to get out of the way.
And that's a new point of emphasis this season is now that all the umpires are going to come in and have a conversation.
Explain that point of emphasis to the listeners.
You can no longer lean into a pitch, not that you could before, but if the ball is not even in the strike zone and you lean in, it is going to be called a strike. And we saw that the other night. UTRGV was in Austin playing the University of Texas.
Had a chance to beat them.
Yeah. 2 outs, top of the 9th, and it was a bad call. The kid did not lean into the pitch, the Vaquero, but he was hit. The umpire said, no, that would have been you leaned into it, that's a strike, and that's the ball game. It was the third strike of the at-bat.
And the tough part about that, it becomes almost like the check swing. Mm-hmm. It's just
it is a judgment call.
It's a total judgment call, and you don't see a lot of players lean into the ball anymore, I don't think, because it's gotten over the last 10 years, it had become if you lean into it, stay there. Mm-hmm. And now they said, if you lean into it, it's a strike. So they're really cracking down on it even more, and it's interesting as there's ball 1 delivered here to Willits.
It was an interesting rule change because at least in our conference, what we
Yeah.
see, it wasn't a real issue. When a guy leaned into it, they called it.
Yeah.
Here's a low liner and picked by Howell at short. He goes to second for one. The turn to first is not in time, but a really nice defensive play by Howell to pick the shortstop, or to pick the short hop at shortstop and get the one out.
Well, what made that such a nice play is that ball literally went directly at the head of Jeff Clough, the second base umpire, literally right at him, and he had to hit the ground. And when he hit the ground, that ball started in front of him, and so Howell has a hard time seeing that ball until Clough hits the ground. And once he hits the ground, boom, it's short hopping him, and that's kind of what caused the slow turn there on that double play ball.
Gioso comes in to score, so it's 10-1 St. Mary's, as the left-handed hitting Zalumis takes a ball. Takes another one outside here, and it's 2-0.
And it's no fault of Clough's. I mean, he's in position to do what he's supposed to do, and that ball smoked right at him. I'm surprised he can move that quick.
Yeah, that was
smoked right at him.
That was smoked. 2-0 to Zalumis here in his first at bat of the afternoon. He came in as a defensive replacement as he lines this one foul down the left field line. Hostert trying to get out of this inning with limited damage. 2 men on, 2 men out. Zalumis takes a ball just off the outside, and it's 3-1. Also on the out-of-town scoreboard, Portland beat Northern Colorado 4-0. That game, a final. A swing and a foul, and it is 3-2.
You see a lot of WCC WAC matchups in the preseason just because of the close proximity of the teams, and so you get a good idea of these two conferences and how they might shake out.
Hostert, the pitch. A swing and a slow roller. Estrada charges, moving to his left, throws to first, makes a nice play, firing for the out, and the inning is over.
Yeah, 100% beautiful play. It was all about the arm strength right there. He made a real dart over there.
So St. Mary's adds another run. They lead at 10-1. We head to the last of the 8th on GoUVU.com. Ten to 1 St. Mary's. Kirchhoff, the defensive replacement behind the plate, will have his first at bat of the afternoon, facing the right-hander Nathan Schneider.
Goes with the outfield as a walk-up song.
A great song. He flies the first one into right field. Shallow for Shablasky. He makes the play, and Kirchhoff is retired.
Well, darn it, I was hoping to see him have some success at the plate there. Kirchhoff, it's just his third at-bat of the season, and he's 0 for 3 so far. And I would like to see him see a few more pitches there, to be honest. But thought he had a good pitch and just missed it, flew out to right field.
So here's Alexander Marco. He is 0 for 2 with a walk. Schneider back out for his second inning in relief. 10-1, St. Mary's leading the Wolverines. A fastball misses up high, ball 1. Chicago State and Illinois Chicago on the out-of-town scoreboard has been canceled all weekend. They have not been able to get a game in. That ball misses outside. It's 2-0 to Marco.
Well, that shocks me in Chicago with in March.
Yeah,
What?
That's odd.
Yeah, it seems weird.
Bakersfield leading Fairleigh Dickinson 5-2. Here's a pop-up foul territory, third base side. Willett's over. He's going to make the grab, and they're 2 down. The Wolverines just have been anemic offensively this weekend.
Good word. It's actually what I was thinking in my mind. Anemic is a great word. It's just they've been able to put up a few hits. They just haven't been able to string those together. And when they do string them together, as we saw last inning, the Wolverines 3 hits in a row, and then were unable to really do much with it. And that's with the middle of the order. So it's been a little frustrating this weekend.
Yeah, the Wolverines have left 8 on base today as as Hall takes a strike. From the windup, with the bases empty, Schneider delivers. And it's a breaking ball right there on the outside corner, called strike 2.
Yeah, that's a big, nasty one right there. And that we've talked all day about those breaking balls not breaking, and that one sure did.
Hall is 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch earlier. The 0-2, he tries to check his swing. He went around, though, says the home plate umpire, Travis Roberts. And
I think Travis Roberts is more hungry than Jared Perrins, because
yeah.
that didn't seem like it was all that close. But
inning over, we head to the 9th, 10-1. St. Mary's leading Utah Valley. We apologize for the technical difficulties. The count 3-1 to Telemonte. 1 out here in the 9th. 10-1, St. Mary's leading. McConnell, the new right-hander in for Utah Valley, walks Telemonte, and there's a man on with 1 out.
Yeah, McConnell comes from Walnut Creek, California, which is right near the St. Mary's campus. And when I've been to St. Mary's, I've stayed in Walnut Creek most of the time. So he's just right around the corner and found his way to Utah Valley to pitch.
Yeah, we've seen McConnell earlier this season, or I beg your pardon, earlier this series. First pitch swinging is Goulart. He pops one up behind home plate and onto the rooftop. McConnell.
I think he gave up 1 hit and a walk and
He did.
got out of it unscathed.
Yeah, game 2 yesterday.
Yeah, and so far we've got 1 walk. But he did do a nice job. He retired the first hitter with a line drive to Alexander Marco in right field.
There's a liner foul down the right field line, and it's 0-2 to Goulart. He flied out back in the 7th inning. He pinch hit in that 7th inning for Milam. He's 0 for 1.
He's just a redshirt freshman. He's a big, strong kid.
Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Kirchhoff, and they're 2 away.
Good pitch there. Went up, climbed the ladder on him, and he just couldn't lay off that high fastball.
So here is Gioso. So McConnell getting some time here in this series, and for the most part, he's looked sharp. Righty versus righty. This is Gioso's second at bat. He singled and scored a run in the 8th inning. There's a strike to him.
Yeah, McConnell's just coming right after the hitters. He's saying, here it is, hit it.
Working quickly, the 0-1 pitch. A swing and a one-hopper off the chest of Estrada and into shallow left field. Ouch.
Yeah.
That was absolutely scalded. Into second goes Telemonte, and Gioso has a single.
It's good to see Estrada's okay down there. I mean, that ball was smoked off the bat, as you said, and literally there was nothing he could do.
That caromed, not behind shortstop. That caromed into left field.
Oh, it did, yeah. Yeah, I almost thought that the runners might advance another base. It went so far. So he must be built like a rock down there.
He is.
Yeah.
Built like a rock, Paul Estrada.
A skinny little rock,
Yeah.
but a rock nonetheless.
A swing and a fly ball into center. Beltran back into left center field. He'll ease under it and make the grab. So nice job by McConnell. Gives up a base hit and a walk, but works around it. On to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Wolverines. They trail by 9 runs. Vargas, Polson, and Plakas do up for Utah Valley. 10-1, St. Mary's. Last chance for the Wolverines, bottom of the ninth. They trail 10-1. Vargas, the freshman up there to hit. He singled and scored the Wolverines' only run. That was in the 7th inning. Schneider back out on the mound as Vargas swings and misses.
Well, he takes a big cut. He takes that step and takes a big cut at it.
And he's stepping toward the third base side. The one-strike pitch is swung on and lifted high down the right field line, foul territory. That one is going to fall as the right fielder Shablaski gave chase. A valiant effort, but he couldn't come up with it. 0-2.
Yeah, that's one of those balls that falls in there where it's kind of no man's land and nobody hurt. But, yeah, I noticed the same thing about Vargas. He seems to step out just a little bit. That swing he did not, and he made contact there. But earlier, in his earlier at-bats, before he got the base hit, he seems to kind of want to step into the bucket, as they kind of say. And let's watch this here, and maybe we're crazy and we're seeing something that's not there.
Well, and it's like you said, and he didn't do it on that last pitch. The 0-2 pitch swings and rolls over on this one. Foul ball, a slow roller on the third base side.
And he didn't do it as bad there either. So, sometimes I think when and he takes some big hacks. So maybe when he takes that big hack is when he tends to step in that a little bit.
0-2. Schneider from the windup. Base is empty. Working in his third inning of relief. The 2-strike offering swung on, fouled back to the screen.
Yeah, maybe we're crazy.
Well, he has done it,
yeah,
but he seems to have remedied it.
Yeah, he's
for the moment.
cut his swing down quite a bit, especially here with 2 strikes. That's just smart, and he's doing a good job. He's obviously been well coached by the coaching staff here and his coaching staff before he came here.
The 0-2 pitch misses outside, a breaking ball, and it's 1-2. And if anything, these blowout losses the Wolverines have suffered this weekend give these young guys some
opportunities to get some at bats. Kirchhoff behind the plate as well.
The 1-2 pitch down in the dirt, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, good job here by Vargas. I mean, here's a really good at bat after we weren't trying to be negative. We were just pointing something out, and he's really said, "Hey guys, watch this."
Well, he has the only run scored today. Had a single back in the 7th.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing a great job. Yeah, he's now 3 for 5 on the weekend and makes contact there, but slow roller to the third baseman who throws him out easily.
So 1 away in the 9th inning, and I'm just looking here. Vargas from Palmdale, California.
Yeah, I think there was a song about that once.
Movie or song?
There was. Don't you remember Palmdale? Palmdale.
Oh, that, yeah.
Remember that
sure.
song? Yeah.
We have a pinch hitter for Polson. It's going to be Payson Hayes.
Blackfoot, Idaho. I don't know much about that except I think people hunt stuff there.
My brother, well, not my brother, my cousin is from Blackfoot, and that's about all I know as well.
Yeah.
Foul back to the screen.
Hunting and like fishing and stuff.
There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I just don't. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that.
Hayes, the big right-handed hitter, 0-1. He has DH'd quite a bit this season for the Wolverines. A ugly swing there, got fooled on the breaking ball, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, I had a couple guys that when I was in special operations in the Army, they were Blackfoot guys, and they were some tough dudes. So
You're in special ops, you want your guys to be from Blackfoot.
You do, I think. You don't want them to be me, obviously.
The 0-2 swing and a foul tip into the glove of Santini, and Hayes is retired.
Well, Hayes had a hard time laying off that high fastball. I mean, know he has a lot of power. He's a big, strong kid. I mean, like we were talking about Blackfoot, Idaho, you got to be a big, strong dude. And he just got that high fastball. He just a little bit too much on it from Schneider. A good pitch. Left it up there, and hard to lay off when you're a big guy. You see that, and you want to hit that thing in the parking lot, and he just wasn't able to get on top.
So here's Plakas with 2 outs, and the base is empty in the 9th. He takes a fastball for a strike. Another reminder, tomorrow night we'll be back on the air here at UCCU Ballpark as the Wolverines take on Niagara in Game 1 of a 2-game set. 10-1, St. Mary's leading this one. About to sweep the Wolverines as a beautiful breaking ball falls in there for a strike to Plakas, and it's 0-2.
Plakas has had a couple of good at-bats this weekend and has earned himself a couple of starts out there in left field. Let's see if he can get something done here.
Yeah, he's 1 for 3 today as well as the ball misses outside. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes to him. Plakas in 17 at-bats on the year. He is 4 for 17. With the home run yesterday, the first collegiate home run. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that is the ball game. So St. Mary's sweeps Utah Valley. They win Game 3 10-1. We'll take a break on GoUVU.com, come back with the postgame and our Wilkinson's Trophy Player of the Game. Once again, St. Mary's wins this one 10-1. We'll be back.
CCU Ballpark tomorrow, March 11th at 6 p.m. as UVU Baseball takes on Niagara University. Travel home safely.
Back here on GoUVU.com with Josh Kalunke, I am Jordan Bianucci. The Wolverines dropped Game 3 of this series by a final of 10-1. St. Mary's improves to 9-6. The Wolverines fall to 2-12. Our Wilkinson's Trophy Player of the Game is, in relief, the right-hander McConnell.
Yeah, and McConnell did a really nice job coming in there and closing out the game. Worked around a walk and got himself out of any type of trouble. The Wolverines just tonight did not swing the bat well, Jordan. 5 hits. Michael Beltran continued his good hitting. I mean, he had hit by a pitch twice, I believe. 1 for 2 at the plate and was able to drive in the only run for the Wolverines. Otherwise, there were hits scattered by Ty Vargas, Kay Polson, and Jake Plakas, as well as Drew Sims, who flared one into center field. And so the Wolverines just offensively really struggled. Thought the pitching, Walker Ramsey did a nice job. For the most part, there were some unfortunate situations that led to some runs for a 10-1 closing. I thought the Wolverines pitched better than giving up 10 runs, but the mistakes that were made in crucial situations led to the 10 runs for St. Mary's. But credit St. Mary's all the way for taking advantage of those opportunities and putting themselves in those positions to where, put the pressure on the Wolverines. I think Thornton pitched an unbelievable game, 7 innings for St. Mary's. He's going to be a real beast. He's just a freshman and just improved on his numbers.
Yeah, and if you're a Gales fan listening, at home. He was our real player of our game. That's in the bylaws. We have to take a Wolverine, but
sure.
But he pitched. He was phenomenal.
Yeah, that kid. I mean, and he had the moxie too.
Yeah.
I mean, you could tell that kid. He's got something special about him, and he's going to go a long, long way in this game.
With 41 years of experience, Wilkinson's Trophy is your place for awards, screen printing, embroidery, and name badges. Check out selections online at wilkinsonstrophy.com. We take a look at the final totals: 10 runs, 11 hits, no errors for St. Mary's, 1 run on 5 hits, 2 errors for the Wolverines. Thornton picks up that victory. He improves to 3-0 on the year. Ramsey gets the loss. He falls to 0-3. As I mentioned, Utah Valley falls to 2-12 overall, and St. Mary's improves to 9-6. The time of the ballgame was 2 hours and 57 minutes. The official attendance, 551. Well, we hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Our next broadcast will be tomorrow night right here in Orem. The Wolverines will take on Niagara. That is a 6 p.m. first pitch. We'll have that for you on GoUVU.com. For my broadcast partner Josh Kalunke, I am Jordan Bianucci saying so long for now from Orem. Once again, the Wolverines fall to St. Mary's 10.